Tony Colzano. Tony is a fitness and sports medicine professional with over 20 years of industry experience, including a position as an assistant athletic trainer for the New England Patriots in the 90s. He is the owner of Crescendo Sport and Fitness in Hyannis, as well as master trainer at the Country Club in Brookline. Today, Tony will explore the importance of exercise for heart health, and he's going to get us moving a little bit, get the blood flowing a little bit. So, without further ado, Tony Colzano.
Thank you. Thank you. So here comes the trainer, time to go to the bathroom, right? Hide in the bathroom. Don't be afraid. Julie, to get my first slide up there? There we go. Okay, so my name's Tony Colzano. I'm a fitness professional. My background is an integrated approach between fitness and sports medicine. I started and went to school for athletic training and then got into fitness. And so the approach that I take and what I've done over the years is kind of an integrated approach between the two areas. Why should you listen to what I have to say over all the other stuff you hear about fitness and exercise? It's basically my experience over the years. I messed up a lot. I've learned a lot from doing things one way and seeing people not get results, and then I've tried something else and I see something happen, I see somebody get results. And so I've been doing this for over 20 years, and so what I'm about to share with you is not the only way to look at this kind of stuff. It's just the best way that I know based on my experience and education. I would encourage you, when you do get advice from people on anything really, to put it through the smell test and think about it and process it a little bit and think, does it make sense? Don't just do it because I'm standing up here and I've got these credentials and I should do that because, they say that he knows what he's doing. So the question is, what role does exercise have in cardiovascular, cardiopulmonary health? It's essential, and I kind of describe it as, it's kind of like brushing your teeth or taking a shower or putting gas in your car. If you don't brush your teeth rot, they fall out, you have bad breath. If you don't take a shower, nobody's going to want to sit next to you here. If you don't put gas in your car, you're not going to be able to get anywhere. And so exercise is the same way. The human body is designed for movement. It's not designed to be sedentary. And if you don't move it, you're going to have issues and problems. So having said that, what are the options that I can choose for exercise? And you can seek advice from a personal trainer, you can join a gym, you can watch infomercial products, you can read a magazine article, you can join a boutique gym where they specialize in something, you can talk to your doctor, you can watch TV and watch the programs on TV. So what's the best for you? And basically, it's really, the best one is the one that you're gonna do and the one that gives you results. And so you may try something and not get results with it, and then you may try something else and you get a little bit better. It also has to do with what you like and what you don't like. One of the things I see a lot with what I do is someone will say, oh, my friend did this program and they got incredible results, so I have to do that. And then they do it and they don't like it, or they get hurt or whatever. But that's where it's really interesting, because exercise is very individual specific as far as what you should do, what you like, and what will work best for you. So what I basically tell people is try different things. Be smart about what you do. Think about it. Seek quality advice. Process it, and then put it into play if it feels like it makes sense. Keep it simple. It doesn't have to be this complicated, in-depth, very complex system where you don't understand some of it. You think you should do it. Just keep it very basic. I'm going to show you something here in a second that I've had really good results with people and getting them to exercise. It takes care of all the excuses. It's easy to do. You don't need equipment, and it's very time efficient. So this is my interpretation of how I explain to people why exercise is important and how you can implement it. I break fitness into 4 components: cardio, flexibility, strength, and athleticism. Cardiovascular exercise, or the component of fitness that's cardio, is described as everything that has a concern for your heart, your lungs, your blood vessel, and that whole oxygen delivery system. Flexibility is range of motion. Your body, the joints in your body and the muscles in your body have a certain range that they're supposed to move through. That's not opinion. The human body is designed to move a certain way. Stop moving it a certain way, and it'll move less. Strength is a concern for resistance or the ability to carry, lift, handle things of weight. And athleticism is speed, quickness, agility, balance, coordination, power, posture, ab and core. It's pretty much everything else. Okay, I'm not going to test you on any of that stuff. That's a lot of words I just said. But that's where athleticism falls. So what I've done with this approach is when someone has a goal or when I'm designing a program for someone, I make sure that all 4 of these components are present in a program. And by doing that, I found that people get less injuries and they get better results. And so, like, for example, if someone really likes one specific thing, if they like to run and that's all they do is run, I would plug that mostly into the cardiovascular component of fitness. And if they don't stretch, they don't have flexibility in their program. If they don't apply resistance to their body in some way, they don't have the strength component. Those people end up having problems where they have muscle pulls or tendonitis or other things. They get hurt more. If that person addresses those other areas and put it in their program and address those, they have less problems. So I try to include those 4 components in every program or encourage people to address those 4 areas when they do decide to exercise. Address them all. And primarily, no matter what tell me your goal is, I'm always going to, as an underlying reason, I'm always going to shoot to prevent injury with you and enhance performance. Performance for a sport, performance for carrying groceries, doing dishes, washing your car, whatever it is you do, your job. But as an underlying theme with exercise, those are the 2 things that are of primary concern to me. You may have other goals as far as decreasing body fat or appearance, looking better, but that all can be addressed by including those 4 areas, those 4 components in your workouts. Okay? So rule number 1 in training when you do decide to exercise is do no harm. Okay? Pain is your body's protective mechanism that you have. When you feel pain, it's your body's way of telling you, I don't like this. Something's not right. So you have to listen to that. That old saying, no pain, no gain with exercise, right? Don't listen to that. Having pain is your body's way to tell you something's not right. There's a difference between pain and discomfort, though. Your workouts should be a little uncomfortable, okay? And if you're new to something, it should be less uncomfortable. And then as you get to know the exercise and feel a little bit better with it, explore it being a little bit more uncomfortable. If what you do is very comfortable, then you're probably doing what you can already do and you're never going to get better. And so you're basically maintaining where you're at, if that makes sense. So I'm going to share with you today, has anybody ever heard of Tabata? Tabata Dr. Tabata is a researcher who basically, he implemented a system with speed skaters back in the 90s, Olympic speed skaters back in the 90s, and they had phenomenal results, and they blew away the field, and everyone was like, what? How did this happen? What did you do? Basically what he did is he flipped the traditional work-to-rest ratio of training, where most of the time when you do something and it's hard to do, you rest for double that amount of time. That was the standard in the fitness industry for exercise. And what he did was he flipped it, and he took half of the time to rest when you work really hard. So he had his athletes do 20 seconds of work followed by 10 seconds of rest. Okay, 20 seconds of work followed by 10 seconds rest. So he cut that rest way back. And what ended up happening is he got phenomenal results in a very short period of time. So he increased the intensity of the training and decreased the length of time that he trained those athletes. And the result was less injuries, faster results, more efficient approach. And then that whole system started to take off in the fitness industry and be utilized in lots of different ways and with great success. And so that's why some of you that have heard of it, and I use it a lot because it addresses many of the different complaints that I hear in trying to incorporate fitness into your life. We are going to do a workout right now. You don't have to do this, okay? I'm inviting you to try it. I'm gonna show you 4 different exercises, one for each of those different categories. I'm gonna teach that to you now real quick, and then we're gonna implement that in a little Tabata routine, okay? And you don't have to do this. And I'm also gonna say in the beginning, again, remember rule number 1 in training is do no harm. So you may just wanna either observe or keep it extremely low. If you've never done anything like what I'm about to show you, just go through the motions with it. And again, if it hurts, don't do it. So cardio. For the cardio component, I'm just going to have you march. And actually, you know, I'll show these first, and then we'll stand up and we'll practice each one, and then I'll put it into play. So the march is, you have to have a concern for your posture all the time with exercise. What did I do? Okay. So, scared me to see myself up there. So marching is the first one. So chest up, belly tight, and you're just gonna march in place, or basically start with like a walking motion, and then try to make it a little bit harder by lifting your legs and swinging your arms, okay? That's the first one, marching. The second one, that is under cardio, okay? The second one is flexibility. We're gonna do a reach. So you're gonna reach as high as you can, and then reach down to the ground, and then reach up, and then reach down. Now, as I demonstrate and show you and talk about these different things, you may have very specific questions on each of these exercises, and technically, I could spend probably half an hour on the reach and the marching in itself. So your interpretation of what I'm telling you, keep it simple, right? Don't worry about all the little specifics. If it hurts, don't do it. But those are the first two, marching and reaching. The third one is strength, and I'm gonna have you stand up, not yet. I'm gonna have you stand up, and you're just basically gonna sit back into your chair and then stand nice and tall. Okay? If you can sit back and sit down into it and then stand back up, that's great. Make it a little bit harder. If you could sit back and touch your bum to the chair and then stand up without sitting down into it, that's a little bit harder. If sitting down you can't do it all, then just do a little movement like that. Okay? Different variations, different modifications for the squat. Rule number one, or one of the primary rules in squat, just a key point, when you initiate the squat movement, don't let it be knee forward. Keep it bum back first. That's very helpful in teaching a squat. Everybody teaches different things different ways. One of the things that I tell people when I teach a squat is to not let your knees go forward at all. They'll drift forward a little bit, but if I tell them not to let it go forward at all, usually they'll do much better in keeping their chest up and keeping their bum back, okay? That's the squat. And the last one is an exercise that I love because it's a standing ab exercise. You don't have to get down on the ground. And most abdominal exercises you get down on the ground to do. And one of the things that I always found curious in the fitness industry is we get down on the ground and do all these different exercises, but most of the time we want, from a functional standpoint, we need strength, we need stability, we need posture, all that stuff, standing. Most of the stuff we do, we need from a standing position. So what I like about this is I'm going to encourage you to put yourself in the athletic position, which is this here, and it applies to everything that you do, the athletic position does. Think about this, right? This position right here it's golf, it's tennis, it's hockey, it's baseball, right? It's everything you do, and it's even washing dishes, washing your car, carrying groceries, right? It's not this, and it's not this, and it's not, it's about keeping your body, you're trained. When you exercise, you want to put your body in a position that you want it to be in, okay? Not a position that you don't want it to be in. So this ab exercise, you're going to basically put yourself in the athletic stance. You're going to pretend you're standing in a narrow hallway. Your right foot's against one wall, your left foot's against the other wall. You're going to put your hands out in front of you, and you're going to slowly turn just your upper body. Your lower body doesn't move. Turn and smack the side of your hand against one wall, and then turn back the other way and smack the other hand against the other wall. So you turn, turn, turn. Lots of questions with this one. I know, do I not turn my head? Do I, all these specific things. Just doing that, even if you mess up a little bit, you're not going to hurt yourself probably. So just doing that motion. It's meant to be a rotation, a tight, small rotation, okay? Where you're working your midsection there, okay? So again, the first one is marching. The second one is reaching. The third one is squatting. And the last one is gladiator. This is called the gladiator, right? So I'm going to have you stand up, okay? Again, you can watch if you want to. You don't have to go through this. I like to use audio to quantify my training approach. Rather than telling you to do 3 sets of 10 or do 20 of these and 20 of those, I use audio to start and stop so that you can focus on what matters most when you exercise, and that is the technique, okay? Sometimes I'll tell you to do something for, if I were to tell you to do something for 10 times, let's say it was a bicep curl. Some of you would be like, 4, 5. Before you know it, the exercise is not right anymore, but you're getting the right number. So your attention goes to the number and not what matters most, and that's the performance. So right now, I'm going to play the audio. It's going to say start and stop, and when you start, you're going to do the exercise for the amount of time. It'll say stop. When it says stop, you stop totally and cease, halt, nothing else. Okay? That's the Tabata approach. 20 seconds on, 10 seconds of nothing. Okay? So the first one we're going to do is marching in place. Make sure you're free and clear of everything around you there.
Crank it in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
There we go. You're marching. Keep that chest up. Keep your belly nice and tight. Rock solid midsection. Keep marching. You guys look great.
Halfway.
Halfway. See?
Stop.
Rest. Nothing at all. We're going to do that same thing again. This is round 2. Okay? How can you not be motivated by Rocky music, right? Keep that chest up. Keep your belly tight.
1 round down.
Here we go.
Go.
Marching again. And if you felt good with the first one, maybe lift your leg a little higher, right? You control the intensity. The intensity is controlled by you. Okay? If it's too
Halfway.
high, back down. If it's too easy, you push a little harder. Keep that chest up. Keep your belly tight. And you have to smile, too. I see a lot of grumpy faces. You're either mad that I'm up here doing this right now.
Stop.
Rest. Good job. That's cardio. Now we're going to move to flexibility. On the next one, you're just going to reach real tall and then reach down and touch your toes. Not yet. False start. Simon didn't say.
2 rounds down.
Ready?
Go.
Go. Reach up, not fast. It's nice and slow. Reach down. Don't hit your head on the chair in front of you. Nice and easy. Take your time.
Halfway.
Reach real tall. Maybe each time try to reach a little bit more. Lift your chest. Think about your posture. Awesome job.
Stop.
Good. It looks like you guys are all worshiping me. I'm good, but I don't know if I'm that good. Same thing again on the next one. Okay? Same thing again. Think about your posture. Reach real
3
tall.
rounds down. Go.
Here we go. Reach. Reach down nice and easy. Reach up. Remember, this is 20 seconds of work followed by 10 seconds of rest.
Halfway.
Great job. Good work. I see more smiles now. Good job.
Stop.
Perfect. Good. Shake it out a little bit. Now we're going to move to strength. Okay, next one is a squat. So you're going to sit back into your chair and stand nice and tall. Make sure the chair's behind you. Don't hit the floor.
4 rounds down.
Ready?
Go.
Begin. Nice and easy. Stand nice and tall. Sit back into it. Stand tall. If it hurts your knee or your ankle or your hip, don't do it.
Halfway.
Try a modification. If that doesn't work, then you can go back to jogging and marching in place if you want. Good job.
Stop.
Good. Rest totally. It's not about how many you get. It's about good ones. I would rather have you do one good one than a whole bunch of rushed, ugly ones. Good. Same thing again on the next
5
one.
rounds
Squats.
down. Go.
Sit back into it. Stand nice and tall. Sit back into it. Stand nice and tall. Sit back into it. Nice job. Great work.
Halfway.
You guys are good. Nice job. Very good.
Stop.
Good. You have 2 rounds to go. You doing okay? Gladiator on the next one. Athletic stance. Get ready. When he says go, for the first half, I want you to go slow. Nice and slow.
6
Turn,
rounds
turn, turn.
down.
Ready?
Go.
Go slow. Turn, turn, turn. When he says halfway, I want you to keep that same tight rotation, but go as fast as you possibly can. I threw that curveball in. Ready?
Halfway.
Go. Push. All out. Push. Keep it tight. Keep it small. Go faster. Push harder. Go. 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 Go.
Stop.
Rest. Shake it out. Good job. Okay. Remember, the first half you're slow. The second half you go as fast as you can. Okay. Good athletic stance. Don't lose the stance.
7 rounds down. Go.
Go slow. Turn. Turn. Don't turn too much. It's a tight rotation. Very narrow hallway. Don't over rotate. Get ready. Your last one. Here it comes.
Halfway.
Go. Push, 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 push. All out. Hard. Stay in that athletic stance. Push, 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 push. Great
Stop.
work. Nice job. Shake it out a little bit. Nice work. Very good. Nice job. You can have a seat. Nice work. So again, That was Tabata, okay? 20 seconds of work, 10 seconds of rest, 8 times, okay? That was 4 minutes that you just did. 4 minutes, okay? 20 seconds of work, 10 seconds of rest, 8 times in a row equals 4 minutes, okay? Now, there's lots of different ways that you can play with that routine. I broke it down into doing all 4 in that 2 of each, okay? You can split it up however you want. You can do 1 cardio, 1 flexibility, 1 strength, 1 athleticism, and then repeat them again, and there's your 8. You can do all cardio for a whole 4 minutes and then do all stretching. So there's lots of different ways to do it. A true Tabata workout, that's 1/4 what you just did. So you do that for 4 minutes, and then you take a 1-minute rest. That's 5 minutes, and then you repeat again, or use a different exercises. So there's 4 quarters. So the whole workout from start to finish is 20 minutes. Okay, that was 1/4 of a traditional. But if you're starting out, if you don't do any exercise at all, and you're looking to start something, we didn't touch any equipment. It was all done with your body weight. And I hope you didn't find that easy. And if you did find it easy, you can control the intensity. The key, and this is probably one of the most important things I could tell you as a trainer, the key to successful training, successful exercise, is appropriate intensity. Intensity is the key to training. If the intensity is too low, you won't get results. If the intensity is too high, you're going to hurt yourself. Okay? If it's too low, nothing will happen. How many people just go to the gym? Go to the gym. Good job, you go to the gym. You just really just go to the gym, right? And it's like it feels good to say, I'm going to the gym. I go to the gym. I went to the gym, right? But what you do there is important. So if you've been going to the gym and you have a gym membership and you go for the last 10 years, but you're still overweight and you still have problems and your blood work and all of that, and nothing's happening, then maybe the intensity of what you're doing is not high enough. Increase it a little bit, okay? Now, if you go to the gym and your fear of injury, which is a valid fear with exercise, right? If your fear of injury is holding you back from pushing hard, start smaller, work your way up, keep it simple, and just tease that discomfort level just a little bit, never to the point of pain. Take baby steps with it. Don't rush too much too soon, okay? Where did I put that clicker? So intensity is the key to training overall. You have to make sure that what you do is an appropriate intensity for you. And that's the other thing, is it's not the same. Everyone in this room is at different levels. You control intensity for yourself. What's appropriate for this person may not be the same for somebody else. And you have to think about that in your experience. Let's see. That's pretty much it. So, again, thank you. Questions? Want to ask questions? Okay, I could take a couple questions, and then I'll be around after, too, if anybody. Does anybody have any questions? Yeah? There is. So on my website, there's lots of different ways. Sure. The question was, is there an app for the countdown or for the audio that I had there? There's lots of different systems for Tabata. If you have an iPhone or whatever, and you look up Tabata, there's all different kinds of ways. So you can put your own music if you don't like Rocky, right? You can put your own music behind it. On my website, which I think on the handout it says sportandfitness.org. It's also tonycolasano.com. If you go there and you go on workout audios, they're all free on there. Go to any Tabata on there. I have over 100 different audios, different parameters for exercises. But there's different Tabatas. There's a Mozart Tabata. There's a Christmas Tabata. So you can have different, you can go to use it. And, it's a personal preference as far as that piece of it goes. Yes? Good question. How about breathing? Okay, so there is specific, technique that you can use for breathing when you exercise. What I usually tell people, because again, I could spend an hour and a half talking about breathing and teaching breathing, don't hold your breath. Don't hold your breath. That's what I usually tell for beginners, because if I start talking about breathe in when you go this way, breathe out when you go that way, and for certain exercises, depending on what there are, it's hard to figure out which one should I be breathing in and out on, because that one I'm down and this one I'm up, and so it can be complicated. And what I usually tell, and I'll say to someone, all right, if I want you to be stronger, let's say we're doing bicep curls. If one person held their breath and did it, and another person breathed and did it, they're both going to get strong. The person holding their breath, there's risks that go with it. Your blood pressure goes up. Usually your technique will be bad. So don't hold your breath, okay? And whether or not, if you're breathing the wrong way, in on one and out on the other, Yes, there are benefits for the oxygen coming in and leaving at the right times that are better, but you're still going to get results. So don't, and it's one of those things, keep it simple, right? I always tell people, if you're concerned so much about the breathing piece of it, it takes away from the performance of the exercise. Same thing with the counting. If you're concerned so much about the counting, it can take away from what the most important thing is, do it right. Okay? Thank you.